Michael Qaqish is here. I said your name right this time.
Yeah, you didn't say Qaqish.
No,
Congratulations.
which you took some ribbing for last time you were here.
Yeah, everybody was teasing me for a week last time.
Michael is a political advisor. What exactly do you do, Michael?
A little bit of this, a little bit of that. I write columns for the Hill Times. I do a radio show, Chain Radio actually. Which
That's right.
I'm going to run over right after this because we start at 7. So,
oh, is that right?
But I got my colleagues covering for me there.
Gotcha. Pretty interesting Liberal convention on the weekend that ended up with a brand new Premier designate.
Yeah.
And the 6th female Premier in the country right now.
Yeah. Well, going into the race, Kurt, I think everybody knew there was a good chance that it was going to be a female winner from the Liberal Party. And it came down to Sandra Pupatello and Kathleen Wynne. And after the first ballot, it was a really tight and exciting race. After the first ballot, there were only 2 votes apart between Pupatello and Kathleen Wynne. And then after the first ballot, the lowest, obviously, candidate drops off automatically. So Eric Hoskins, who's a doctor, went towards Wynne. And then during that time, too, Harinder Takhar also dropped off and put his support behind Pupatello. That was after the first round.
So that was after ballot 1. After ballot 2, Pupatello has a bit of a lead on Kathleen Wynne.
That's right. She still had a lead, but that was when all the sort of kingmakers started coming forward. And then we had Charles Sosa and Gerard Kennedy. The remaining candidates both went to Wynne, and that really made the difference and put her over the top, and that's what happened.
I think one of the things they wanted to show at the end, and I think they did a good job of doing it, was some unity among the Liberal Party, and I think, you know, Kathleen Wynne was a good selection in the end.
I agree with that. I think someone like Sandra Pupatello would have been a bit more polarizing figure, whereas
she's more finance, right? She's more
she's more on the right wing of the party. She's a bit more conservative. Kathleen Wynne's a bit more onto the left, and I guess where it comes to make a difference right now is we probably won't have that election as soon as we thought it would, because I think the PCs are just itching for election right now.
I saw an interesting article last week, and you know, the question being asked in that article was, should we even be talking about the fact that Kathleen Wynne is gay? Is that important?
I don't think it's an important issue. I think it's a great thing, though, that we live in a country and a province now that where I think we're past the point where we're worried about female candidates. I think we've come a long way.
Sure.
And it's an inspirational story with all the problems sometimes that we see with youth and bullying. I think it's a great example set for young people, and I don't think we should really be too focused on it. And I think the Premier designate was trying to make that point yesterday.
Yeah, exactly.
She said, I'm not a gay activist, but if I could be a role model for some of these young kids and youth that are having some troubles, I'm more than happy to be that for them. And I don't think we should be fixated on the point.
It simply promotes nothing but further acceptance of the facts.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
As a Premier, what kind of person will she be, and what kind of job will she do? That's the question.
That's exactly right, and it's good to be judged on the merit of who you are, as opposed to your ethnicity or sexual orientation or those kind of things. And I think Kathleen Wynne will play a big role in terms of reaching out to the other parties, and she got involved in politics because she was trying to oppose the budget cuts in education during the Harris government in the 90s. So she is passionate about education. She is passionate about healthcare, and I think she'll be reaching out. She'll probably have more luck on the left with Angie Horwath as opposed to Tim Hudak, and we actually see the PCs already putting forward their attack ads starting today against the new leader.
What do you see happening now? I mean, there are big questions as to where this leads us. Does it lead us into another provincial election, or do we get some work done at Queen's Park? What's next?
I think, well, right now, obviously, Kathleen Wynne's going to go back and she's going to put her team together. It might be a little awkward considering all the party establishment was supporting Pupatello, so that first caucus meeting might be a little awkward between them, considering most of them weren't supporting her. But the first step back is to go back and form that cabinet and caucus and go back for a throne speech. And as I said, I think if it was Sandra Pupatello, we might have seen an election as early as April maybe. But right now, I think she's got more time to buy, because the parties, the NDP, the PCs are going to look at the numbers. Liberals are trailing behind right now, but Angie Horwath is going to say, you know what, Kathleen Wynne's a bit to the left. She's going to take away from that core support of the NDP, and maybe it's not worth going to election. We had one just over a year ago.
Exactly.
Do people want an election?
No.
And I think in that regard, the government is going to have some more time and we might see one not till maybe next year.
Well, maybe it'll promote
Not
some
making
more.
a prediction though.
Oh yeah, maybe it'll promote some more interest in provincial elections. You know, if you hold off and you know, see what Kathleen Wynne can do and see how things shape up with other parties.
And that's the exciting thing about minority governments. Nobody takes them for
No.
granted. So they work hard. They really watch things closely. They try to collaborate, and you really need the support of one party to
Yeah.
get your legislation through. I think she'll have Andrea Horwath for the next few months on her side at least.
I don't think the people of Ontario are ready to go back to the polling stations quite yet.
I don't think so either.
Michael, thanks for your time.
No
You're
problem.
going to be on Chin Radio as soon as you get over
Yeah, I'm running over right now.
there. All right.
Yeah.
Have a good show, man.
Thanks.
Thanks for coming by to see us.
Pleasure.